Happy Halloween to the Optimistic Army! My YouTube account makes the introduction unnecessary, yet I will delight you with one anyway. I'm Christian Maracle, okay? Now you know who I am. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is my review on WWE Hell in a Cell 2016. I gotta say, last night was fun. I gotta tell you, like, as of right now, there's just like so many things I want to say. But I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. Make this a quick review because I don't want to waste all of your time. So here's the thing. Going into Hell in a Cell, I kind of expected a decent pay-per-view, a really pretty good one. But man, Monday Night Raw blew us away just when I was actually thinking of not watching it anymore. Whew! Glad I decided to watch this. This was actually fun. Ugh. Alright. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my review on Hell in a Cell 2016. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's go through the match results. First off, when the main card began, I'm not going to talk about the pre-show because I didn't watch the pre-show. I don't ever watch pre-shows anymore. But let's get right to work. First match was the first of 3 Hell in a Cell matches, and I actually think to myself, maybe the WWE watched my Sin video on Hell in a Cell 2009 when I said that maybe they should put one to start, one in the middle, and one at the end. Lo and behold, that's what we got! And I'm like, woohoo! Yeah! Boom, 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 boom! Ha-ha! That was amazing. The first Hell in a Cell match was for the United States Championship. Roman Reigns took on Rusev. And, well, that was, in my opinion, out of the 3 Cell matches, I kind of predicted that one was going to go on first. Because, well, that was the least hyped up out of all of them. Roman Reigns faced Rusev, and what was an actually pretty good match. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth action, a lot of amazing moments. Thrown against the cell, thrown on the cell. Did I say that twice? Probably I did. I don't know. But I think my favorite moment of that match had to be when Rusev locked in the Accolade with a chain around Roman's mouth, his open mouth anyway. And I'm surprised Roman even survived that, but then again, they're trying to make him the next superhero. Huh. Oh, good times. Always enjoy a drink. This time, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not drinking a Pombe right now. I've upgraded to Fanta Grape. It's like crushed grape, but a little better, actually. Roman Reigns defeats Rusev, retains the United States Championship. And, okay, that was a good start. Very good start. So I had some high hopes, hopefully. But that led us to the second match, which was Bayley versus Dana Brooke. As the time went on, they had arm wrestling contests, injuries, stuff like that. But finally, at Hell in a Cell, they had a match, an actual wrestling match, which saw Bayley defeat Dana Brooke in the end. And I want to say that it was okay. It was a good back and forth match. It was more of one of those matches where you want to recover from the previous Hell in a Cell match and get ready for the upcoming matches. Bayley defeats Dana Brooke. So, there, that went well. That was a good match. Let's move on to the next one. Next match was the Club versus Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass came out. They did their usual promos, just like that. They called Luke Gallows Little Gal, and now Carl Anderson is Andy from Toy Story for some reason. It was a pretty solid back and forth match. Went really good. But the Club in the end got the victory. And that just makes me think to myself, they actually are a force to be reckoned with for like future tag team championship shots and for other tag teams on the Raw roster. So congrats to the Club as they defeat Enzo and Cass and move on. Speaking of move on, we have our next championship match. Sorry, I paused for a second because something went through my head. The next championship match, the cell once again lowered for the WWE Universal Championship. As Kevin Owens defended against Seth Rollins again. so far, like, in the early goings of the match, it was fun. It was really entertaining. It was really great. And then as time went on, I believe Kevin Owens had a fire extinguisher at one point, and he accidentally sprayed the referee in the face. If that was an accident, maybe, I don't know. But that was hilarious. That prompted the other referee on the outside to open the door, thus letting Chris Jericho in. But the good thing about this was Jericho was kind enough to at least let the next referee come in before locking the cage again. So, Kevin Owens, it's pretty much turned into a 2-on-1 handicap match. Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho versus Seth Rollins. And as you know, the numbers game got the advantage over Rollins. And eventually, the winner was Kevin Owens from a power bomb onto 2 chairs that were put together in like a musical chairs format. I don't know. Something like that. What I think about it, I didn't like the fact that Kevin Owens did not defeat Seth Rollins fairly, but honestly, at this point, Kevin Owens is indeed a force to be reckoned with. Chris Jericho is also a force to be reckoned with, but then again, he's going to go bye-bye for a while. I don't know. As for Seth Rollins, I think it's time that he moves on. He's had so many opportunities, so many title matches. I think it's time for someone else to get the title shot now. Kevin Owens, ladies and gentlemen, still your Universal Champion. As we go into our next title match, which was for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, as TJ Perkins defended against Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick went through the whole phase of saying, "Let me win, let me win." Huh. So they went ahead, had their match. It was a pretty good back and forth contest. And then at one point, Brian faked a leg injury. And here's the thing. I know that people say it sucks that TJ Perkins lost, but honestly, it was TJ's fault. He fell for that, oh, he's got an injured leg thing. He showed concern to the guy who's been known to backstab him recently. So it's TJ's own fault that he lost. So Brian Kendrick, ladies and gentlemen, the new Cruiserweight champion, made TJ submit. We have a new champion, and maybe TJ's going to think twice before actually falling for stuff like that. Good friends or not, he should know better. Second to last match was for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship as the New Day in their 434th day... Oh, CM Punk! In their 434th day reign as champion, they took on Cesaro and Sheamus, the odd bedfellows, if you want to call it that. And Cesaro and Sheamus, they did there were so many times they tagged each other where they didn't like it. It was, what are you doing? Why'd you tag me this early? Or actually, why'd you tag me at all? As Sheamus wrote a tweet saying he wanted to go ahead and win this match on his own. So, Cesaro and Sheamus, like, continuously had their arguments. They took on the New Day. But eventually, Kofi Kingston delivered Trouble in Paradise to Cesaro. Wait, was it? No, it was the Sheamus. While Cesaro had Xavier Woods and the Sharpshooter. Prompting the referee to call for the disqualification as Kofi was not even a participant in the match. And once again, the New Day... I don't recall the last time the New Day actually successfully retained the tag titles on a pay-per-view event. Or at least by fairly, anyway. But yeah, they continue their long title reign, currently now at 435 days plus. And I just keep thinking to myself, is the New Day ever gonna lose their tag titles? Because honestly, I'm getting a little tired of this right now. They've been tag champs ever since August of 2015, and at this point, this has just gone on far too long. Too long. They should lose it now. Cesaro and Sheamus won by disqualification, and so much for your best of 7, huh? Big best of 7 series. You get a title shot, ends like that. Oh well. And finally, we get to the main event of the evening, the one you guys really want me to hear my opinions on. The last Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Women's Championship, as Sasha Banks, in her hometown, defends against Charlotte, who actually came out to an awesome entrance. I like the whole Charlotte sitting like on a throne. Whereas Sasha Banks, she also had a pretty good entrance with that vehicle and those security guards. And that was... They both had grand entrances. I honestly thought it was WrestleMania for a second. And I like how they did the ring introductions before they lowered the cell as well. That was a really good one. So, then here's the thing though. We had like a 10-minute brawl or so that occurred before the match even started, which included Sasha being powerbound through the announcer's table, taken out, and then she pulls a Mick Foley by not allowing herself to be taken out on the stretcher. Kind of saw that coming. The match began. They're locked in the cell. And oh my god, it was brutal! It was brutal! It was awesome! It was awesome! I loved it. Every single moment of it. So many things that they did, I'm like, wow. This is great. And so, as time went on, eventually, after so many chair shots and everything, and even table shots, a few times Sasha didn't even go through a table, and Charlotte weakly went through a table. Charlotte actually won the match. Charlotte defeats Sasha Banks. And I'm like, wow. I didn't see that coming. I like how everybody was silent, except for me. I was cheering like crazy, but I was not even at the arena. Obviously, I'm right here in the Maracle Lounge. But I was shocked that Charlotte won the match, but at the same time, I congratulate her. 3-time women's champion. Guarantee people are going to make excuses saying, oh, Sasha was injured, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, like, those people are just people who just don't want to accept the truth of what had happened. But I believe that Hell in a Cell defeats No Mercy for the month of October when it comes to WWE pay-per-view events for Raw and SmackDown. So, last September, I believe SmackDown won with Backlash, as Clash of Champions was stupid. This month, October, the winner is Raw. So we have one apiece. One winner apiece, in my view. Because Hell in a Cell was a great event. It was fun. It was entertaining. Like the excitement of the cell is actually back again. And I'm proud. I'm very proud. But how would I rate this event? On a scale of 1 to 10. This event was a 7.7. Final rating, 7.7 out of 10. For great matches, a great build-up. Few moments where things were not really that good, but every pay-per-view has those moments where there's those times where it's just not that great. My favorite match of the night was the Universal Hell in a Cell match, though. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. As much as I like the women competing in the cell, it has not defeated the Universal title match, in my opinion. Remember, this is totally my opinion and my review on this, so opinions of everything else may differ. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this Maracle Reviews on WWE Hell in a Cell 2016. Oh, and I have a little special announcement for you. It's not really that special because it's a little bit sad news. This week, there's only going to be one WWE Sins video because this past weekend, I was at my best friend's house. So I took the weekend off, hung out with my best friend, played some video games, did this, did that, blah, 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 watched some movies, basically just giving me an opportunity to just, like, relax, spend time with my best friend, spend time with people I care about, and just take that moment to get everything, the stress of my YouTube, everything else, just out of me for a whole weekend. So, and because of that, unfortunately, that meant I did not work on any of the upcoming WWE Sins, and I truthfully apologize because one of the Sins for this week has been canceled due to the fact that I wasn't able to work all weekend. But, man, I needed this break. It was worth it. Without further ado, I guess I'm just going to cut this off then. Do not forget to be optimistic, show your optimism, and think optimistically. I'm Christian Miracle, voice of Cinema Sins 2 Expansion, official commentator at FGC Wrestling, and leader of the Optimistic Army. You guys are the Optimistic Army, the best fans in the... Ow! I don't know, it felt like somebody threw a dart or something at me. You know the moment where it feels like you got stung on the neck or something, or it felt like someone just threw a tiny little prick at your neck or something like that? Ah, that hurts. That's okay, I'm alright. I'm alright. Let's just finish off the intro. You guys are the Optimistic Army, the best fans in the world. Oh, man, I'm so tired. I'm gonna work more on the next WWE Sins, but I don't know, I'm really tired. Alright, just good night, everyone.